him that North Korea is ready to give up his nuke, and the nukes are going to be taken out. The Secretary of State is the most senior U.S. official to have met with the North Korean leader. U.S. President Donald Trump due to meet Kim on June 12th in Singapore for a summit called to press Pyongyang. They're going to press him to end its nuclear and long-range missile programs. He's indicated to me personally that he's prepared to denuclearize, that he understands that the current model doesn't work. This is Pompeo. That he's prepared to do away with his nukes. So following the summit, Pompeo will fly on to China, Japan, and South Korea to brief the key regional players on the next steps in this diplomatic effort. He said, I'll provide an update and underscore the importance of implementing all sanctions imposed on North Korea, Pompeo told reporters at the White House. My thoughts on the meeting? I believe that Trump will stay. I don't think he's going to walk out. This is very important unless Kim just makes something very unreasonable. I just, at this juncture now, where Trump was going to go out, I believe that concessions are going to be made because the embargo is really squeezing it to him, really hurting their people. But the inhumane treatment of the gulags and the prisoners and all the stuff that's going on, the human rights are just horrible. China's human rights are horrible. But North Korea is horrible as well. And the poor people are starving. And these sanctions, folks, do hurt the folks that live there very badly. And I think he's going to try to make some concessions with the United States. I don't think it's going to be a fast process by any means. They don't trust us, and folks, we don't trust them. It's not going to be a fast process, but eventually, to ensure that these sites are taken out, people will have to go in. Many will have to have the ability to be able to go in and look for themselves and make sure. And something that we can't do, by the way, in Iran right now. We're not able to eyeball the things. And Iran right now is amping up their rhetoric with their nukes. So a deal has to be made there. And yes, ratcheting up over the summer, you're gonna have more provocation with Iran, unfortunately, from people that I know that work for the U.S. government have told me that there's going to be provocation. Iran is going to be doing some pretty bad things and having some rocket launches of their own. You heard it first here on For the People. We're breaking it this summer. Launches from Iran and more provocations with our U.S. military. They'll be ratcheting up their rhetoric and doing things that will annoy us. So a lot of things happening, unfortunately. Let me leave you with a few thoughts here before we take off and say goodbye for this weekend. For the folks that have already made a donation to our project, Talk Radio at the Telford, I know you gave your best donation. Thank you very much. Some of you are on the fence a little bit about the whole thing. Chuck's gone, and, is it really necessary to be able to tell a story? Why wasn't it told before? Nobody teamed up to do it. I've thought about it. I mentioned it to Chuck. Chuck told me, I want you to do it. And I didn't know when the right time it was, but I knew when he passed away more than ever that the story was so important. And looking back over his career and how I was part of it, how my father was part of it back in the early 80s, syndicating him, I believe I owe him that much. He was part of the family, and he took me under his wing as a benevolent father when my dad passed away. And my dad was the president of the People's Radio Network. He quit his job from ABC News in New York. He was the chief engineer of ABC Capital Cities when he owned them and joined Chuck's network. Unfortunately, he had heart disease. 3 months later, a major heart attack, and Chuck was very sweet. And, So Chuck is important to me. That's why this project. And I'll explain all of that in the book as well. But if you can make some kind of donation today, I would be forever indebted to you. Our website's forthepeopleshow.com. If you want to mail a check, that information on our website as well. And thank you to all our monthly subscribers. You can subscribe and become a monthly supporter at forthepeopleshow.com as well. Keith Allen, For the People, saying all the best. May God bless.